Not
Git,
GitHub now, Git.
Git is a version control system that manages the workflow of hosting repositories onto a cloud-based system.
Yes, correct. So Git, as officially defined in their website, is a distributed version control system. So what that means that it is a system that tracks changes to a project files over time. It enables people to record project changes and collaborate on team projects with other people. So in short, what Git does, it helps you to work with other people if you're working on a large project. So for example, if you are working on a project, it would be very difficult to share files. If you want to share files with somebody, you compress them, then you send them to his computer, he checks them, he sends them back to you with the changes. That would be tedious and full of errors. So what Git does, it manages them in one repository where everybody can contribute. Every developer can have a version of the project, and anybody can see the progress of the project. That's basically what is used in open source projects, closed source projects, everywhere. It is a popular tool, and I think every developer should know about Git and GitHub. So how many of you have a GitHub account?
My apologies, Michael. They are requesting if you can share your screen.
Uh-huh. My screen. Okay, what do you want to say? We've not yet started. Okay. Let me
Like
see.
the presentation that you are using. Yeah.
Present. Okay, I'm just reading. Let me show you. Okay. Let me go back. Share. Yes, so this is what version control is. I hope everybody is seeing the screen. Okay, let's start.
Yes, I can see a screen unless someone else cannot.
Yes, everybody. Yeah, you can see the screen. So let's go. These are the things we'll be going over today: version control, the tools, Git and GitHub, everything. Yes. So as I had earlier asked, who has a GitHub account?
Yes, James, you have raised your hand.
Yes. So as we are going through this presentation, I would recommend all of you to create one so that when it comes to the practical bit, everybody can follow what's going practically. Just go to www.github.com. It's very easy. Yeah, github.com. It's very easy to create an account. Sorry, the presentation is. So as you create your account, let's be going on with the presentation. Okay, so here are the various reasons why we need version control. So number one, as you can see, is collaboration among developers. Yes, most of the time you'll find that you will not be working on a project alone. You'll be collaborating with other people, maybe not even in the same country, different parts of the world. And using the Git or version control in general, it is very easy to collaborate, to work on the files and everything else. changes on a project, on a single project, are visualized to everyone working on the project, so you're always at par where everybody is. You'll never be left behind. Number 2, storage of versions. Now, instead of storing the whole project on your machine, you can have one place on the cloud or on someone else's machine where it is a central repository and everybody can be able to access it. This hello, reduce the background noise, please. Yes, so storage of the versions of the project, and obviously backup of data. GitHub personally has been a savior for me. Many times I have maybe had malware attacks on my computer, maybe a hard disk error, and my work is gone. But if I have GitHub, I'll always have a copy in the cloud where with my latest changes, where I can just refer to and pull back what had been lost. So yeah, you can research more on version control. You can find other version control tools. So far, we are going to talk about GitHub and learn how to make commits. So where have we reached in creating the account? Okay, here now are some of the other tools. Maybe there's Git, SVN, Mercurial, but I think the most famous and the most popular among developers is Git. And so that's why we're going to be going through that one. Maybe on your own time, you can go through the others and find which one you like best. Where are we with creating the accounts? Is everybody at par? Who by now is struggling in creating the account?
Can you
Yes.
show us from scratch how to create an account?
Oh, no, just go to github.com. GitHub, let me share the link. Let me share the Oh, sorry, my screen is lost. Yeah, github.com. Then just sign in. Yes, Nick. Are you saying something? Okay, so let's continue. We were at GitHub. So we've learned about Git. It's a version control system tool. Now GitHub. GitHub is a platform for hosting your programming or project files. It allows you to upload your code using Git and to manage your code in a nice web interface or the command line, which is popular with most developers. So these are some of the features. It is compatible with other version control systems. It is linear, secure. Yeah, it uses SSH encryption, so it's very hard for anybody to intercept your code as you store it. It's lightweight. You'll never see it hanging, even on light machines. Open source. If you're interested, you could check the source code of it, and it's very reliable. I've never had any hiccups with it. Yes, so for today's assignment, you could maybe go and check research on any of these 5 features that we are here, and maybe talk to us next time about it. So let's get to the practical part. I think that's the fun part. How many of, oh no, if you have an account, no need to create a new one. We'll just use that one. So installing Git. You're using Ubuntu, Linux, Mac, or Windows. Okay. Let's see. If you're using Windows, kindly download Git over there. You'll see the Windows version. Okay, for the Linux guys, let me find your installation method right now. Hey, sorry guys, my internet is a bit shaky. You'll have to wait for now. Okay, so Windows guys, are you able to install? Have you downloaded the package? Let's now go to Ubuntu. First, before you even install, you should check if you have Git installed. So you can you can check the command I've pasted in the chat. Okay, let me also share my screen so you can see it. Okay, so this is how you check for if you have Git installed. Git version. Yes, As you can see here, I have Git installed, so I don't need to install it. No, Samuel, if you have GitHub already, you don't need to create a new one. We'll just use the existing one. That is for people who don't have one. Yes, so as I was saying, this is how you check if you have Git installed. If this is already installed, no need to install it again. But for those who haven't installed it, let me take you through the process. For Linux, kindly go to this link. Let me paste it again. Is everybody there? So let's go step by step. Copy this command, the apt-get install git. Okay, just add sudo and paste. Put your password to verify the install. Oh no, sorry. So, I copied the wrong one. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, if I put this command on my side, it tells me I'm already on the newest version of Git in Ubuntu or Linux, so I don't have any updates. But if you haven't installed Git already, yeah, it will take you through the process of installing it. It's very straightforward. If you have any problem installing, just let me know. Samuel, hope I've helped you to check. Just type in the command line git, then space 2 dashes version. It will tell you on the version you have. macOS guys, are you good? And any of you? Windows? Anybody stuck? Okay, I hope by now everybody should have installed Git. Yeah, it's fine. 2.23 is good. It's if you are facing any problem installing. Okay, Samuel, are you using Windows or Linux? Okay, just type cmd, press the Windows key, then type cmd. Yes, James, you have a question? You're muted. Winnie, can you mute him?
Okay, I can't unmute someone from this side. James, you have muted yourself. Yes. We can't hear you. James, we cannot hear you.
Okay. Samuel, just search for CMD, and then the terminal will open up. You can click on it and type the above command there. Let me repeat it for you. Type that command in the command line and it'll tell you your version. Yes, James, can you type please? I can see you are talking, but no audio is coming from my side. Yes. Okay, Samuel, yes, you can install it if you don't have it. Anybody else facing problems before we proceed to the... No, for Windows, you can't install directly from the command prompt. You'll have to download it first. That's the recommended way. You have to download it first as a package, as a exe package, then you install that one. Okay, so let me send you the link. Here's the link for Windows. Anybody else facing a problem, use this link. I've posted it in the messages. Okay, so and I think by now you should all have installed it. We can go back to the practical part. Or we can go to the Anaconda part. Okay. Samuel, my screen, currently I'm using Ubuntu, so I don't know if it will help, but let me present. Okay, I'm hoping everybody else, you have a GitHub account by now and you have Git installed. Yes? Yeah. Okay. I can see Wairimu Dennis is ready for the next part. James Elliott, you were using Ubuntu. Have you installed or have you encountered any problem? If you have a problem, say right now so that we can solve it as we go to the next. Or you're good. Okay, now we should be going to Anaconda, the data science platform, not the snake, not the video. Okay, yeah, nice. Kindly let nobody be left behind. So these are the steps for installing GitHub, but does everybody have access to this PDF? For Linux? Oh, okay, if you have an Anaconda, that's good. Let me post the link for you. So I've posted the link. You can download Anaconda there for your platform. Windows users, Linux, it's there. Already I have a copy, not installed, but already downloaded. I'll be taking you through the installation procedure shortly. Sorry for that. I'm back. Internet issues. Okay, so how far are we in installing Anaconda or downloading it? The Windows version, it's very easy to install. You'll just be pressing next, and you'll be fine. The ones with issues are the Linux users. That's the one that I want to specifically take through the installation. So Linux users who is still downloading or doesn't have a copy of the script file, yes, Alan and other. You're still downloading. Oh, if you have installed, that's good. That's awesome. Is there any like? Yes. Continue.
I don't have the link to the Anaconda.
Oh, okay. Let me post it again.
Okay.
Okay, that's very good, Simon. I hope in very soon everybody shall be like you, Git installed and Anaconda installed. Okay, Alan. So here's the link, and to anybody else who doesn't have the link yet. So who can tell us what Anaconda is as it is being installed? Ah, nice. Again, Muiga, you have it. Have you installed it though? Yes. Anybody who can tell that? Who can tell us? Winnie.
Anaconda, I think it's an an open source IDE that's used by data scientists, especially when it comes to coding using Python and R, because
Yes,
it
it
has
is
some packages.
correct. It's an IDE, but it's more than an. Okay, it's an IDE and tools for data science. It aims to simplify package management of the various tools used in data science and deployment of, of projects. So, okay, yes, Dennis, you're correct. Yeah, it's a great tool. So let me start taking you through the process of installation for Linux. Windows guys, how far? As I said, let nobody get left behind. We should be on the same page every time, or as we can. Okay, so yeah, I'll be installing my Anaconda right now. I haven't installed it yet. It's here called conda.sh. Okay, let me see. Show desktop files here. Anaconda.sh. So first, what you're going to do is open the folder where you've downloaded it, and open that in terminal. And to check the files, you just type ls. As you can see, it's right here, anaconda.sh. So yeah, I can install it. It's available to install.
Hello, Monique. Hey guys, our speaker is currently experiencing some technical issues. A minute, then he'll be back. Thank you.
I'm back. Sorry for that. The internet is shaky. Okay. So where were we with the installation? We are in the installation of Anaconda. So Linux, has everybody downloaded? Or you have the script?
Yes.
Everybody, you have the script, yeah. Okay, so we we are here in the command line. Open the folder where you have downloaded it in command line.
You can see your screen.
Oh, sorry. Yes, now you can see it here. Okay, let me go back to the desktop so that you can see. Mine is on the desktop, so I'm just going to show the desktop in files. Here it is, anaconda.sh. That's how I've named mine. I'm opening in terminal, and to check the files, just type ls, and you can see it's here. It's available. So the next step is to install. So to install, we are just going to type bash, then the name of the full name of the file. So mine is Anaconda, so it's going to be anaconda.sh, and let's go. Just press enter. If you'd like, you can read the user agreement, but I find it too long. Just press more until it's done. It's a lot. Wow. So yes, do you accept the term? Just type yes to continue into this location. Just press enter. It's easier for Anaconda to choose its own location instead of you, to avoid any inconveniences in the future. Just type yes. Wait for it to install. Might take a minute or two, or some few seconds, depending on the speed of your machine. Is everybody on the same page? Are we here installing? As you can see, it's making my machine hang, slow down a bit. Samuel, you can open it. Just type Anaconda navigator. It's still here. Whoa, very slow. Okay, so we're here. Mine has finished installing all this. So after installation, what we need to do is we need to activate the environment. To check if it's installed, you can just type this conda init. See, as of now, it's saying that Anaconda is not yet activated. Let me show you the step that should be done to activate it. Okay, you can type source. I don't know what to make this one. Let me check. Yeah. So, yes, Samuel, you can type. Samuel, you are raising your hand. You can ask.
Yes, I don't understand I don't understand this installation. The installation you are doing is here on
Yes, your mic has some problems. You can type.
okay. I asked the other time that is it an Anaconda prompt? Not from Workmore Navigator.
I'm losing your voice. It's a bit. Please just type. So we are checking at the various types of technologies that are included in Anaconda. Okay, so how far are we with the installation? We are done, hopefully. So we can go on the next step to install it. No, to do a simple project to see if our system is working, our tools. If you have issues with installation, just raise your hand. So here I'm just going to look for Python project, simple ones, like maybe a prime number calculator. Prime number calculator in Python. for GitHub, or maybe we can just do one of our own. Sam, have you been assisted? Yes, Joel.
So I wasn't able to run it.
Yes.
When I typed the conda init, I got a response no change, and then it was like giving me directions to where I installed the conda, but it told me no change, no action taken.
Windows or Linux?
Linux.
Okay, so you had installed it,
Yes.
and what the error is? It's in
Saying no action taken.
no option taken. What if you type conda list?
Conda list.
Yeah, conda space list.
Conda list gives me a bunch of packages, I think.
Yeah, so that means it's installed.
Yeah. So how do I run it? How do I run the ID?
Okay, type this. Okay, let me type in the messages. What you should first type, if you hadn't typed already. Type that command I've posted right now. Yeah, you check through conda space v or conda version. What is it telling you on your part, Simon?
Nothing.
Yes. Okay, if you after typing this, then you should type. Let me put it below. Sorry, I didn't have presentations on Anaconda. It would have been easier, but let's just do this. Conda activate. You can type that.
So it gives me base and then still nothing.
No, it's ready.
Okay.
Okay, Samuel, you had an issue. Oh.
But I still haven't launched the ID.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to launch for Linux, just type Anaconda navigator. Check on those commands. To everybody using Linux, that's how you launch it.
Oh yeah. And then how do you have an icon that instead of having to go through all of this?
Okay, you can now right click on the icon in the taskbar and just pin it or add to favorites. You're using Ubuntu 20 point something or
Yeah.
Just in the taskbar, just add to favorites. Though I think most people just like type in the command in the terminal, Anaconda navigate. In fact, that's the best way to initialize it. Anybody else stuck before we go to the?
Still stuck. Is it possible to share my screen for a second?
Oh, okay, you can show. Let me stop presenting mine. And does he have permission to share his screen?
Yes, he can share his screen.
Can you see the screen?
Not yet. On my side, I cannot see it. It's loading.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm getting this after I type.
Yes. So today we'll be using Jupyter notebooks. Yeah.
So I can launch it. Yeah.
Yes. Everybody else, you should be where Joel is.
Okay. Is there any other step I should take?
No, for yours, your installation is successful. We are waiting for the others.
Okay.
To see if anybody else. Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody else? Everybody. Sam, are you done? I think you're the one who had an issue with Windows. Yes. You can prompt open, or you can just type in the command line Jupyter notebooks in Windows. It will also open. Okay, so if you're almost done, we can now start the next part, which is using Jupyter with Git, or maybe opening a Git project. Everybody, can you? Yeah, I can see for. Yes. So far, I can see only three. Is it 3 people only who have confirmed the installation? No, not Jupyter Lab, Alvin. Jupyter notebooks. That's what we want to use today. Arnold here. Winnie, have you been able to open Jupyter? Adam? Okay, so let's go back to GitHub. I hope you have the details, the username, the email, and the password. Now that those values, we are going to set them in our command line after we have installed GitHub. No, after we have installed Git. I know by now everybody has installed Git. Let me share a page. I'm going to share a link. Yes, Jupyter Notebooks. Okay, a moment as I set up my environment. On a few more minutes. Okay, now let me share my screen. We should be going to the next step. So I want you on your desktop. That's the easiest place to create a folder called practice, or you can name it whichever you want. That's where we'll be putting our code. The desktop, Linux or Ubuntu, or the new folder, call it practice. This is where we should be doing. Okay, open the terminal. Now we want to set up our values. Sure. This site has some good documentation on about GitHub, no, about Git. Let me look. Okay, have we all created the folder? Good. Open the command line.
Mike, no, I've not created the folder. Are we
Yes.
opening Git or GitHub?
No. Just for now, just create the folder.
Just normal
And
folder
nothing.
on desktop.
Yeah, a normal folder.
Okay.
Okay, as you can see, I've opened mine. Is everybody at? Has everybody opened Jupyter Notebooks? Okay, as it's launching, let me. I would like all of you
I've created.
to. Okay. Yeah, you've created the folder. Yes. Okay. Now
Okay.
I've posted the link in the messages for you to see how to link the Git.
Okay.
You can open that in a new tab. So right now we are in GitHub. Okay, no, we are in Anaconda. We can now navigate to our newly created folder. It's called practice.
Okay. From this link.
No. From the navigator. Have you opened navigator?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So navigate or just go to the folder you just created, the empty folder you just created in desktop. Hope everybody is following.
Okay. From navigator. From
Yes.
Anaconda.
Yes, Anaconda.
Okay. I should go to the folder. That is through file.
Yes, files. Or
Okay.
if you can see where I'm sharing my screen, you'll see where it is. Go to desktop, then the
Yes.
folder practice. Yes.
I have this place that is showing on your screen now on my own.
Yes. If you're there inside the folder, just go to the new button and a new Python 3.
Okay. Desktop.
Yes.
Okay. That's where I will see the folder.
No, if have you already created the folder?
Yes. Yes. I've created the folder and it's on desktop.
Oh, okay. So let's check if it's working. Just type a simple print. Sorry.
Okay. I've clicked the folder. I've clicked the folder.
Yeah. Yes. Inside the folder, create a new Python project, Python 3 notebook. You can see where I'm clicking. Okay.
Python.
Python 3.
Okay. Okay.
So have you all created? Joel, have you created?
Yeah, I've run the print and it's working.
Okay.
Okay, to test if it's working, just type the statement that I just typed. A simple print statement in Python. If it works, if it says hello guys, yeah, it's running.
I can name the Python 3 that I just opened, right?
Yeah, yes. Now inside there you'll see cells where you can write in data. It's on the left side it's written in, then a space to type.
I have a question.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Does it, if I wanted to use any of the Python built-in functions, would it work like
Yes,
a normal IDE?
yes, yes. You can do. You can import. You can anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. So if you type something in, if you want to run it, you just press Shift and Enter. Joe, you have a question?
Yeah, it was so I was defining a function and then I made an invalid syntax error. So there's no way like I would correct it. I'd have like to go to the next nini to number 4 if I was on number
Yeah.
2. Oh,
Uh, next, I think you can, because let me show you. You can type on the same cell. Let me share my screen.
okay.
No, Tony. We are not linking the Jupyter notebooks with GitHub. What we are going to do here, we are going to try to host it on our own GitHub. I can see. Let me see. What was the syntax error? Or maybe because I can see on my screen I can change. But if there's an error, you can just go to the next cell. They're called cells. If you are not able to type on the same cell, just go to the next one. Let me try and get an error intentionally. Yes. Joe, I hope you can see I'm able to correct mistakes and use the same cell. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can see. I was unable to, but I hadn't even attempted to check Ukoju because I was taken to the next cell immediately.
Oh,
Thank you.
no. Yeah, welcome. So everybody, how far? Anybody stuck so far? I think by now we can do something. If your navigator is working fine, so what we're going to do is we are going to now link the command line git to our GitHub account. I had there's a certain link I had sent. Let me just send it again, just for those who might have missed it. We want to configure our email to use GitHub. No, to configure the command line. Here's, I'm sending it again. Kindly everybody open the link. It starts with notion.so. So we should be at here on my screen. These are the two commands that we need to type first. The first one, if you don't remember your name, you can just go to GitHub and check. Let me sign into mine. My name is Ndiritu Michael. So when I copy in the command line, this is what I'm going to use. Here instead, hope everybody is following. So it's going to be git config -- global user.name. Then you're going to type your name in this name of in the place of the placeholder. So Ndiritu Michael. There, close it and press enter. And it's not going to give any feedback. Then we are going to go to the second part, which is git configuring the email. So here we are going to copy this and paste. This in the place of your email. You are going to put your own email. Yes, again, no, it's not going to give any feedback. Okay, unless there's an error. So far, so good. So if you have managed to open the Jupyter notebooks, you can save. For those who are not able to save, you can save it. You can also rename the notebook from Untitled to maybe Practice Notebook if you wanted, which I think is better than just calling it Untitled. Okay. We are here at this. If you go to your folder, you should be able to see that there's a practice notebook that's saved over there. So let's open the folder in command line. We're going to do this. Then to tell GitHub or Git that we want to make this as a Git repository, we are going to type git init. So it's going to say initialized empty Git repository. Everybody? Or yeah, are we on the same page? If you are left behind or if you are stuck, raise your hand.
I'm stuck, Michael. Please, the last
Yes,
place
yes,
I am
yes.
I've opened GitHub desktop. I have GitHub desktop. I've opened it.
No,
Then
no, no.
I have the Jupyter notebook. So
Yes.
I've renamed it. So the connection is what I don't understand.
Okay, I would
Whether
recommend you use the command line. The command line is simpler and more straightforward. Just type the CMD, and when you're done, go to okay. Yeah, if you're done, just type the command that I had shown here. We are going to first connect. Maybe since in my case I had already connected, it didn't ask for a name for a password, but in your case it might ask. Just put the password here. Open the command line in Windows and type this. It's going to be easier to configure. Or if you are still stuck, you can tell me. Anybody else not following? Before we go to the next step, I don't want to leave anybody behind. Okay, Azolaim is configuring his. As you can see, after this command git init, it initializes an empty git repository in your local machine inside the folder where you need. Is everybody here at the git init?
Yes.
Okay. Joel is there. Anybody else?
please I'm still at also because that link it says
That
it's not opening on my
there is,
I am on
but did you
Notion.com.
finish setting up your GitHub account?
Yes, I have GitHub account.
Yes, and have you input the proper name and the proper email?
Yes. I signed up with my email.
Okay, so yeah, login. Oh, or just follow the steps like in the link that I showed you. Have you done both of them? Have you configured the username and the email?
No, let me try that.
Yeah, They're on my screen if you can check. Git config, the global.
So I'll put that in command prompt, right?
Yes, in the command prompt. What the by the anybody who might be too fast stuck or cannot complete them, you can reach me or win later for assistance. Since I've been told that time is running out, so I think we might speed things up a bit. Samuel, any progress?
I'm still trying to navigate.
Okay. Take your time. Okay, as some configures, let's go back to where we were. So we were initializing the repository, and as I said, this command, the git init command, what the git init command does is the git command, what the git init command, what it does is it initializes an empty repository in the local machine. So if you type git init, it's going to say initialize empty git in the folder, the current folder we are setting up in. So what we want to do is we want to push the changes in the local repository to the GitHub, to our GitHub account in the cloud. Next, after git init, we are going to go next to yes, as you can see here, there are two types of repositories. One is a local repository on your machine, where you can work and on a local version of the project, and then there's a remote repository stored in GitHub or any other place where you can configure it. So yes, we have initialized the git init, and you can see the folder. Let me open file manager. If I open file manager, you can see this .git here. So this .git contains all the details that tells GitHub how to version our files. Now we want to let's change them. So in GitHub, there's something called a commit. A commit is like a checkpoint. When you do a certain part of the project, or you're done with a certain feature and you want to save it, you commit it. You can either commit it in the local machine, and then that commit is what you're going to push to the cloud version. So let's go to our next step. You're going to type git status in the same command line where you had typed git init. Let's type git status, and you can see we are on a branch master. But on newer versions of Git, it's going to be called main or any other name. People are saying that master is racist or something like that. So as you can see, so far we have no commit, but we have files that are untracked by Git. And there's this ipynb.checkpoint and practice notebooks.ipynb. This is a notebook. So far they are not being tracked by GitHub, but it can detect they're there. What we are going to do is we want to only upload the second part, this practice notebook. We are going to type git add and then the name. If you wanted to type everything, you can just type git add like that, and it's going to add everything. But here we want to add only one specific file, so we are going to type git add practice notebook dot ipynb. No response, but if we type now git status, we can see that a new file has been added. It's now in green, it was in red. Practice notebook.ipynb. How many are with me so far? How many are lost? Samuel, were you successful? Joel, how far?
I'm YO at the moment.
Yes, okay, nice. Anybody else? Winnie, are you in the same level? Warui? Waribo? Anybody else? Samuel, have you managed to set up? Okay, so I'm going to assume everybody is on the same page. So as we said, we don't want to add these ipynb checkpoints. We just want to add the new file, the practice notebook.ipynb. And as we can see now, it's being tracked. Its color changed to green. So the next step, you can see the way to add more files. If you wanted, git add file 1 space file 2, and if you wanted to add all the files, you could just add git add all. This will add everything in the folder that you are staging. So after staging, what we want to do is we want to commit the things that we've added in our staging area. So this is how you do it. Git commit and then a message. You want to, if when you are saving the files, you want to add a message, like let's say I created a new folder, fixed a bug in a certain part of the file, so that it enables the people you are collaborating with to understand where you are so far. So my message here will be created a new Jupyter notebook. The commits, they'll also help you later if you encounter any problems. As I was saying, a commit message should be a descriptive summary of the changes you are committed to the repository. The last command I wrote in the terminal was a message. Git commit m to show message created a new Jupyter notebook. So if you wanted to see the history of, you can type git log. type git log and it will show you the various things that you've committed. As you can see, yeah, it identifies me as Ndiritu Michael. I have committed into the master branch. Oh, sorry. The internet is a bit shaky. Okay, let me go back to where to committing. Okay. So we were at committing. We have written a message to commit the files, and we've written everything. So if you were to come here on practice notebook and add something else, x times x, and run it, and then we save this. If you go back to the command line and type git status, we will be told that we have modified our file and we should update it. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to update to add it again, and then add a new message to commit. I'm going to add new notebook cell. In Jupyter we work with cells, and then I'm going to, you can check git log. It will tell me so far I have made 2 commits. The first commit was creating the notebook cell, the notebook, and now the new commit, it's for creating a notebook cell. It's the next step. We want to check out the brand. Sorry for that. Or if you make a mistake and you want to roll back your changes, you just git checkout, then you go for this. It's called a commit hash. This long word in here. This is what you use. So maybe I can use this one. Let me see if it goes back. No, sorry. You see what it's going to say? It's going to remove the changes that I made, and it's going to go back to this branch. To my last commit, the first one that I did. That's very handy in case you commit something wrong. Like if you commit something and you notice later that it's a mistake. So okay, we are now 4.5. Maybe there are some things you want to ignore. Maybe in your file or in your folder, you might be having some files that have API keys or authentication keys or passwords, and it's a very good advice never to commit those ones. It's not good to commit or to post passwords in GitHub. There's something called a .ignore file. Those that will not be go today because of time. Now let's go straight to committing the code. Also branches. Now if I were to go to my GitHub,
most
okay, now we are going to go to the last step, which is pushing the commits to our online repository. After committing, what you can do now is you can push. Most of the time, if you're working with an IDE like PyCharm or VS Code, it will already have tools to assist you in this. You'll be writing less commands, but it's always good to know the commands just in case you're working maybe in a cloud environment where there's no GUI, or maybe for faster work output. So if you want to push the files online, we are just going to put git push origin, git push origin main. You can say main. Oh, sorry, main with a space. No, there's an error over there. Git push. Oh, so we are going to say git push then practice. That's the name of our repository. This command is going to be used when you're on a branch. Or git push main. Let's use that git push main. I think the command changed the last time. Sorry, I remember I went on a wrong branch. Let me go back to the main. Yes, let me go back to main and then try to push to main. Okay, there's still an error over there. Let me see right there. Seems I'm a bit rusty on. So we are back to committing. So for committing, what we are going to do is we are going to say git push origin master. I don't know why it's bringing an error. Let me check.
Git remote V.
Yes. I think I've forgotten this. I've used the IDE too much. I've forgotten this command. What you can do to use the process is you can come and check, you can create a repository in the github.com in the browser. Okay. Here then you're going to create a new repository. You can call it practice, make it public, and you can say test repo. So here, as you can see, they tell you the steps, or this is the step that I was forgetting here. What you need to do is now you need to add this, to link the remote repository to your local repository. You can copy this after you create the repository. Come and paste it here, and then git push origin master. Now it's going to transfer the files from the local. Okay, it's going to ask me for my password and username. Be sure to remember yours. First, you are going to add the remote repository here. Then you're going to try and push changes into the remote repository. So let me put my password. Let me try again. In Ubuntu, as you type your your password, the characters don't show for security purposes. And as you can see now, after putting the right password, it says that my files have been uploaded to the new GitHub repo. So if I were to go back to GitHub here and refresh, you're going to see that 11 minutes ago I created a notebook with 2 commits. So all these files have been created online. Guys, and I think because of time, this is where we're going to. Oh, sorry. This is where we are going to reach so far for today. As you can see, all these files are available online, the ones that we committed. I think we can end it there for today. Any question? Anybody? Anybody who is stuck or behind? Yes, any comments, any questions? so far? It's at 6. We should be closing the presentation. If anybody has a question, they can either talk to Winnie, and she'll direct them, the ones that I can answer, or she'll assist you herself. So have a good day. Harun, you can end the meeting. That's it. Questions as we leave? Anyone to comment?
Good session.
Yeah. Time constraints is the one that affected us. We could have done more. If we get more time, maybe we can go on. We can do more on branching and the rest. But for now, I've introduced you to the basics. This link that I shared before, let me share it again. It's going to be very helpful to anybody who got left behind. Notion.so, the introduction to Git, very helpful to anybody who was left behind or stuck, and a good reference point to today's session. Have a good day.